Yo, what's going on, man? And in today's episode, I'm going to be talking about why weed is going to hinder your progress when it comes to your fitness goals. And the reason I bring this up is because I know that a lot of you that want to get into shape may have a bad habit of smoking weed. You may do it every day, you may do it a couple times a week, you may do it on the weekends, but smoking weed is actually going to hinder your ability to hit your fitness goal and make it way harder than it needs to be. And if you're serious about your fitness goal, you want to do something, you want to achieve a goal that's going to help you live longer, feel better, improve your life in other aspects, you might as well take it serious and try to make it as easy as possible, and that's by not smoking weed. All right, so to start off, why is it even bad when it comes to your fitness goals? All right, so I've seen this in two different ways. The first reason is the munchies. Okay, so what will end up happening to someone who is smoking weed regularly is they're gonna get the munchies, they're gonna get hungry, they're gonna be like, yo, I'm mad hungry right now, I'm mad marved, let me go get some food. All right, and the reason that's gonna hinder you if you're trying to lose weight, for example, is it's gonna make it way harder to stay in a calorie deficit, because when you're in a calorie deficit, it's normal to feel hungry. So if you're just amplifying that hunger, and then on top of that too, you get the munchies where the second you eat food, you just go nonstop, it's gonna make you exceed your calories and therefore put on more weight, making it so that you're regressing. You're not even progressing in your goal, you're regressing from hitting your fitness goal because you're eating the munchies, all right? And at the same time too, if you're someone who smokes, and because there's people who smoke a lot of weed that are fat, and there's also a lot of stoners that are skinny too. And that comes from the fact that whenever they eat, they have to smoke first in order to eat the food. And the reason why this will hurt you is, let's say you're trying to put on muscle, for example. Let's say you're not trying to lose weight, you're trying to put on weight, all right? If you can only eat when you are high, it will make it way harder to be in a calorie surplus in order to hit your fitness goal, all right? Because you need to eat in order to, get bigger. So that's the first reason. It's the fact that it affects your eating, all right? The second reason is because it's gonna lower your energy, all right? And what I mean by lower your energy, first off, when you're smoking weed, it's gonna kill your ambition and drive, all right? It's gonna make it way harder to go to the gym when you don't feel like it, especially if you're high. Because when you're high, at least me previously, I just wanted to sit down and do nothing all day. I don't want to fucking work out. And granted, there may be some people that do it before their workouts and stuff, but it's just why? It's gonna make it harder for you to go to the gym when you don't feel like it, because it's gonna lower your ambition, all right? I know there's gonna be some motherfuckers that attack me. Well, this person's successful, I'm successful, and I smoke this, and this. Listen, it may work for you, and you may be the exception to the rule, but I'm telling you, majority of people can't, all right? That's why, you don't typically see someone who smokes weed regularly in crazy good shape, because it's very hard, all right? Not saying it's impossible, but it's very hard. And why would you make it harder than it needs to be? Okay, so it's gonna kill your ambition and drive, and that's gonna hurt when it comes to the consistency when it comes to the gym. But on top of that too, is just if you smoke before you work out, you're not gonna have that same energy or drive compared to caffeine when you're working out, for example. You might not go as hard. If you're not going as hard in the gym, you're not getting those extra 1 or 2 reps, you're not pushing to failure, you're not gonna get stronger. If you don't get stronger, you're not gonna put on muscle. If you don't put on muscle, you're gonna end up quitting your fitness, or you're gonna end up quitting going to the gym, you're gonna give up on your fitness goal, and then you're just gonna be a skinny piece of shit or a fat piece of shit that smokes weed. But I digress, man. The point being is that weed is gonna lower your energy levels when it comes to your ambition to go to the gym consistently, and on top of that too, it's also gonna hurt when it comes to really pushing yourself at the gym, all right? The third reason is because weed lowers your testosterone. And why is this important? Testosterone is really important, and a lot of people, especially if you're Gen Z like me, okay, with all the shit that's around us, testosterone levels have been going way down compared to previous history, okay? And if you're smoking weed and your testosterone's low, it's gonna be harder to build muscle. If you have high testosterone, it will be easier to build muscle. But if you have low testosterone, it will be very, very hard to put on muscle, all right? That's why you see these people taking TRT and all these, like, you know, testosterone supplements that are into working out, because their testosterone level is so low, they literally can't, you know, put on much muscle at all because their testosterone is so low, all right? And the fourth and final reason, man, is that it fucks up your sleep, man. I know for a fact that, especially if you smoke before bed, you're gonna completely ruin your REM sleep, and that's gonna hurt your recovery. A lot of people think, oh, well, to build muscle, I just need to be hitting the gym. That's one part of it too, but your body needs to recover. If it's not getting the recovery it needs in order to actually build muscle, and a lot of your recovery comes from your sleep, okay? If it doesn't have that, if you don't have the adequate amount of recovery, you're not gonna put on muscle, and you might end up injuring yourself even, you know? If you haven't recovered, all right? And that's pretty much all the reasons I can, you know, suggest to you why you shouldn't smoke weed, right? As I just mentioned, from all those things, it just makes it way harder to hit your fitness goal, man. And, you know, if you're serious about your fitness goal, why are you going to make it harder than it needs to be? Just don't smoke it. Don't smoke weed, all right? I'm telling you, if there's two things I can recommend to anyone who's, especially a young adult male, to increase the likelihood that you go after your goals and you have the drive to do it, is one of them being not watching porn, and the second one I would say is not smoking weed, all right? I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, man. I'm gonna continue to upload. If you made it this far, appreciate it if you could do, you know, a like on my video, subscribe to the channel. Other than that, man, I'll catch you guys in the next one.